Hello everyone, this is Julie at Craft So Cute and welcome back to my channel. I am just coming in to do a quick share. In my last video I mentioned that I was putting together an Amigurumi pincushion. She's a Victorian pincushion, and as you can see the top of her head. You see the stick pins. I haven't quite sewed her hair in yet because I haven't decided what kind of hairstyle I want to do for her. If I'm going to pull it all back and then put a bun back there. Let me just turn her over so you can see this. What I haven't done, which was my mistake, as I was sewing that, crocheting this, I should have wrote down my rows and how many stitches, and but I can pretty much tell what I've done, and I'm gonna write a pattern for this. Okay, so here she is. Let's see if I can get her in view. My light is pretty bright up there, but she has hazel green eyes, and I did want to do one thing, is put some bottom eyelashes down the very bottom. And she's saying oh, because she's been stuck by pins. And this is the spool. Let me lay her down real quick, see if you guys can see her in this. Yep, so that's what she looks like. It's a big giant spool to hold her up. She is kind of, does have the tendency to flip over, but what I'm wanting to do is put some, like a heavy duty magnet, probably just underneath her right here. I mean a heavy duty one that's gonna just, she's not gonna come off until it's something that my husband bought for me. It's like almost like a quarter size, maybe just a tad bit, well, in between a quarter and a dollar coin. Anyway, as you can see, I've wrapped around here. I probably should have amigurumi the spool, but underneath this whole piece right here is amigurumi. It's one full piece. And what I did was I took some black cotton yarn and wrapped it, because I think it looks better, because I love the real yarn texture of it. And to do this gal, I used a 4mm hook, and I used this to sew in, you know, when I had to tuck in my ends and things like that. I used something like this. Let's see if I can show you. See, it has that, and you just thread the yarn through there. And it's got a little ball point so it doesn't ruin the yarn, doesn't fray it. And I haven't tucked these ends in yet. And I think pretty much that is pretty much it. So let me see, let me show you. In the back you'll be able to see her scalp right now, but I have 2 layers of hair strands. So the bottom layer is going to, let me just show you how I'm going to lay them. I'm going to lay them down side by side like this. I got to pin them so they're side by side, so you won't see any of her scalp. So that's the bottom layer, and then I have the top layer. And so I'm thinking I may add another layer, but I don't think so, because when I initially pinned her hair to her, she had enough and it looked really good. The only thing is I haven't decided on if I'm going to leave her hair down or do an updo. So I just want to come and quickly share her with you guys. I think she's really cute, really pretty. There, she's got some eyelashes. You see that? Okay. I think I am going to fix this. I'm going to bring this cut, because you're not supposed to see part of this. I just noticed that. So I'm going to have to come in there and do like a, I forget what you call that stitch. I forget. Anyway, I'm just going to put, like, come through with the needle and then just go right through. There's a certain stitch but I don't know. I gotta push that up. See, it's supposed to look like that. couching. That's the stitch, couching. I'm going to couch this down. So anyway, I think she's pretty. I just need to put some little thin lashes down here on the bottom of her eye, and I might use some of blush to just rosy up her cheeks. And I may just pop in just a straight line, an eyebrow, you know, just sort of in an angle to give her that expression of, oh, I just got pinned. So if you guys would like to know how to do this, if you want me to show you how I crocheted her step by step, let me know and I'll be happy to. Okay, you guys, thank you for stopping by. Just leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about her. And it doesn't take long. Give me a thumbs up. I guess according to YouTube, they look at that in their algorithm, and I will have a pattern written up for her, and then I'm going to do another one, and I won't tell you what the design factor is, but you'll be surprised. So anyway, thank you guys again for stopping by. Please give me a like if you think this is real cute, if you like it, and you know, if you want to learn how to do this, I'll do a step by step, you know. And let me just say this one thing. It was November of last year when I was doing the autumn theme stuff, but I had just only started learning how to crochet like in August, September, and October. I was just practicing basic crocheting stitches like the chains and single crochet, double crochet, treble crochet, all those kinds, you know, back loop only, front loop only. I was practicing those things, and I would take, let me see if I have it. Where'd it go? Well, let me see, guys. I must show you what I did. It's got to be in here. In this bag. Please let it be in this bag. Hang on, guys. I'm going to pause this real quick and show you. I've really got to show you beginners. If you're really interested, I'm going to pause. I'll be right back. Okay. Here it is. Once I learned the basic stitches, especially the double crochet, and then I would practice trebles and then do all different types of design stitches. And by the time mid-October, maybe at the beginning of October, I was already crocheting advanced work. Now some of you might see it in some of my YouTube channels. I did a loggerhead turtle. I did a sushi roll with a shrimp. You know, you can see, and all of them had different stitches, and I haven't written out my pattern for that sushi roll. So if you just practice, and okay, that was November, okay, and then I had taken a break because I was still taking my daughter to for physical therapy because she was in a severe motor vehicle accident. By December, she went back to Kentucky because she was able to return home with her kids because I took care of her. She had to go to therapy 3 times a week here, and Jessica couldn't take care of Erica doing that and raising 6 kids. 2 is Jessica's, Erica has 4. So Dad and I brought her home here to take care of her therapy. We had all of her therapy appointments and stuff like that, and transferred here to Georgia. But I wanted to show you, you know, just on these things alone, there's so many things you can do with these. Okay, different cotton, different types of yarn, cotton, polyester, mixed blends, things like that, handmade. So it is possible for you to do this, and especially if you do a follow along step by step, You know, when I do it, I'll go, you know, stitch by stitch, row by row. Also, with the shawl that I shared in the last video, I can do step by step. As soon as you get 2 or 3 rows done, you're going to know it, because the stitches in that is repetitive. And if you're a beginner and want to try this out, if you're fairly new to crocheting, then I'm more than glad to help you, because it is fun. I'll probably link or sometimes post a link to another YouTube video that I watched. She went to a crafters convention somewhere in New York, and they said that amigurumi is a hot cake, especially for the young people. This is a hot ticket, and it's not going away, and actually, in fact, it is becoming infectious. So if you get your craft on, if you like to learn how to crochet, you can sell this. You know, like for me, if I were going to sell her, I would probably package her with little things like this on here. But see, each strand, let me just show you how cute this is. You know, when you don't want to lose a stitch marker, you just put one in her hair. Okay, and there's a stitch marker. You know, that's what she's for. She's able to hold your stitch markers, your needles, you know, the things that you want near you to be able to do your projects. And so, but there's so many amigurumis out there, but the only thing that I don't particularly like is that they'll say, oh, here's a cool, and they'll start doing their tutorials and what they do for these advanced, which I'm not knocking them, but for a beginner, intermediate, you know, they will show you these stitches, these runs of stitches, and then they'll speed it up, and then you're thinking, well, how many rows did you do? Some of them are very perfect in their tutorials, the way they do it, but it's rare that you find them doing that. And so if you want to learn some things, just ask me. You know, look at my channels. I've done octopus, I've done a stingray, I've done jellyfish, I've done shells, seashells, and things like that. Just check out my channel and take a look. And it's getting close to, it'll be October soon, you know, September, you know, August, September, and that'll make a 2-year mark for me. But mind you, I haven't been doing it consistently, because I've had to take breaks to do family stuff, like taking care of a daughter, doing her physical therapy, and then just me. I just felt like about a month and 3 weeks ago, severe, and just now I'm sitting in the chair doing this video, and it is 13 minutes right now into this video, but I have a cushion now on my chair, but it's not very good. I've taken naproxen. I'm trying to see how long I can sit up in a chair for a day. Now when I'm doing my crocheting, I'm sitting on a day bed, and that day bed is comfortable. It doesn't stress out my back, but I don't want to be sitting in bed all day. You know, and I do small walks from the day bed. My craft room has a day bed from here to through the living room and to the kitchen, but I have a chair, a folding chair, a heavy-duty one, but it's not heavy, and David put this felt stuff so I can slide it around the house to walk with. So that's my inside walker. I don't prefer the other walkers, you know, because they're not easy to manipulate. But this chair, the way David set it up for me, is perfect. I can glide through the house very carefully. I haven't been able to do a lot of cooking because I can't sit in that stool that I have in the kitchen, which is very sturdy, but for my back it's too hard, and if I put a cushion on it, it'll raise me up too high and I won't be able to get up on that stool. But I use it for washing dishes and if I'm cooking lots of food. But I haven't been able to do that. I can't sit on that hard surface for very long. So, oh, let me pause here. That's hubby calling. Okay, I'm back. Yes, that was hubby Dubby. He's almost to work. He'll be at work. It's right now it's 6:28. He'll be there about 6:40 a.m. He has an hour drive into Dalton. His schedule changed. He was a second shift supervisor. Now he's on, what do they call it? I think it's first shift. Yes. So his hours are from 7 to 3. And then he gets home about 4, which I love that schedule because it's during the day. I just feel a lot safer when he's home during the day, and then he can also help me because since I've had this injury that I'm trying to get over, the physical therapy just called me yesterday for aquatic therapy. I have to travel to Calhoun for that, I believe. And so that's not going to get scheduled until August because the hydrotherapists won't be back until August. So I have to wait that long, which is, I guess, good timing because I do need to see my primary care doctor. And I won't be able to see her until July, which is ridiculous. And I'm right now in the midst of, in the hunt for an internal medicine doctor. I need to find an internal medicine doctor as a primary. David and I are not very pleased with the current doctor that I have. Yeah, because it's just ridiculous that I have to, when you make an appointment, you're waiting for months just to get in. And what's disheartening is that because of this injury, I'd been doing telemedicine. It's a phone call via phone, Skype, or whatever. It's not Skype, but via phone. And she knew the conditions that I'm in and the new things that we need to talk about, and she's not available for me. So, yeah, it's disheartening, especially I have a few things that I need to be discussing with her that are very important. And it's not good to be waiting till July. So anyway, enough of that. So anyway, I just want to let you know that these are possible. I can even show you how to do, well, when I go through this, I'll show you how I embroider her eyes, little eyelashes, and I'm going to probably do like a slanted eyebrow to like give it that extra expression, like, oh, just say, oh, when you go, oh, your eyebrows go up, and I can feel my eyebrows go up. So I'm going to mimic that expression that I feel on my face and crochet the eyebrows on her and those cute thin little eyelashes in there. And then I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with her. I may do a giveaway. Not quite sure yet because every time I do a giveaway, nobody wants it. So I'm just like, okay, I've got these things, and no one's wanting to participate, and I know that there's probably a lot of veteran crocheters and crafters and stuff on here. I'm not professing to be a veteran crafter, but I have skills, okay, and I'm willing to help others that will need some slower videos to capture each stitch, what kind of stitches you use to do what, to make certain pieces like the hair, so I'm willing to do that. So just let me know, you guys, and then you can if you want to do like a crochet group, having fun with, just invite some friends over and put on my YouTube video, and you guys can watch it and make something your own. And you could choose your colors. You can choose the hair color, make pink or orange or blonde, or you can change the skin color. You can switch these colors. This could be her skin tone, you know, and this could, you know, will be her hands or whatever. But just sky's the limit on what you can do. You can change this color, and then this right here, her little, I don't know what you call those, on those Victorian dresses have those little thingies in the back to make their back bump. I don't know, bustier, or I don't know if that's what that's called, but this is a technique I learned. This is a seashell, part of a seashell. This is to make a shell, and I just stopped at the halfway point, which is right here, and then the narrow end I stuck in right here, and I tied it down, and so that made her little boosty bump. And then here I put some ribbon around her neck and put a little charm around her neck. I don't think I'm going to go as far as having earrings, you know. If I do put earrings on her, I might put one little, I've got some of those little silver thimbles, so I might put thimbles in there for her earrings. I don't know, you know. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna head out and sign off. This message, this video is gonna load up in lickety split, but now that we have fiber optics, before it used to take me all day to load this up. This will be loaded up in a couple of minutes or less, you know, because it's always loaded up before I'm finished typing in the description and stuff. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and load her up right now into the YouTube studio, so you guys can share it, and then just tell me what you guys think if you like it. She's my first one, but it's pretty simple to crochet her up. Let me show you her figure. See, she's full figured, isn't she? When I showed my husband, he laughed, and the reason why is because when I showed him with the pin cushion, and then her expression, he laughed so hard. He says, "Wow, baby's got back." I said, "Yes." So he laughed so hard when he saw her, you know, her little bum here. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Enough talking and chatting. I'm gonna just talk to you guys later, okay? I'll be loading up other things. If you guys are interested in making something, you know, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do the tutorial. But I'm not going to do it unless you guys don't want to, but I will do it. I will have my pattern for this. Okay. You guys happy crafting. Talk to you guys later. Bye.